Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome to It's Look Who It Is. Once we're back, Homie is back in the Shiikawa Mines. World of Horror character exclusive perk cards, and it's not Miku. For once that's you breaking the chains. It's no longer a Miku episode. You're like, oh, it's Koji gaming time, and he's Fast Hands Man himself. So we might be able to make something a little silly happen. But with that being said, we essentially have seconds, strength, dexterity, knowledge, light source. So everything but charisma, which you typically love to see. Although admittedly, charisma would be a little bit more realistic than dexterity, but you know, it is what it is. I just had to do a little bit of a yawn there, And I'm gonna be honest with you, like, today just, like, kicked my ass completely. Like, I am 100% exhausted. And so, I have not done anything. My ass was like, it's a Saturday. I am on, like, I am lying down, and I am just, like, clipping into the void, you know? What's that one game? I think it's a Hat in Time, where if you stand still long enough, you just kind of go into this, like, relaxing void. Or maybe it's if you dance long enough, I'm not entirely sure. But, it's the vibe kind of day. What outfit am I feeling? Honestly, I'm feeling Hawaii. It's true. And, you know, you gotta throw up absolutely gobsmacked, flabbergasted, bamboozled. Because, you know, I don't, the Emmerdale is right below it, so I could have clicked the Emmerdale pretty easily, but it's more fun this way. Hell, Fear Festival, huh? Eels, huh? Okay. And we don't have to deal with On Your Own for the 80th time in a row, so we can actually...
Well, we're terribly sorry. We've lost Emmerdale through some technical fault. We're trying to find the fault, and we will correct it as soon as we can and go back to Emmerdale as soon as we can. Until then, we'll play a little... I'm pleased to say we can rejoin Emmerdale.
Alright, there was a weird noise, but we're so back. We are so back. I will admit, like, I said this earlier, but, like, I am completely out of it right now. Today, just... I woke up today and was like, yeah, I should not have woken up. I should go back to sleep. It's a very tiring day. I don't know why, either. Like, I just feel like I woke up today, and when I woke up, I rolled, like, a 1. If that makes sense. Wasn't a bad day, though. Just, I'm very tired. I'm very eepy. And so, I'm gonna try, for once in my life, to get some goddamn sleep. I don't even know if this is the correct weapon to buy, by the way. I feel like you could argue that this is a bad weapon to buy for this specific circumstance of we have no guaranteed attack speed besides, like, maybe we could have gone, like, Tainted Violin, maybe? But, that's still, like, that's not really consistent, that's not really good. Because it's just so pricey, you know, we have to spend so much Doom on that, we have to get cursed twice, and we have to spend Doom on making it happen. It's not the best thing. Oh, it's dangerous here. Your stamina penalty was increased. Oh. But yeah, so we're entering a new story arc of Free Company static tryouts, okay? And here's the deal, okay? These updates are basically gonna, like, stop pretty handedly, because I'm gonna try to pre-record as many of these things as I can tomorrow, because I was out of it today. And if I successfully pre-record a bunch, then you're just gonna have to live with the cliffhanger, right? Because essentially we have two people trying out, and I think I talked about them both a little bit already. Somebody who is behind us in skill level, but, like, we're looking for the long term, so if they have a good personality and people like them, then they're completely fine, you know? We can delay our prog by a little bit and help them out, and then they can help us out by being in the static for the whole tier. But it's important to recognize that you know, it's very difficult to get somebody for your static. This is going to be the third person we're trying out, and the fourth person we're going to be trying out. Well, actually, it's the other way around, because it's this guy that I'm about to talk about is coming in on Monday, and that guy's coming in on Wednesday. But the next guy, aka the guy who's actually trying out first, technically, but he was like fourth in line, he essentially... Do we do Fear Festival now? I feel like we can if we want to. Yeah, we should probably do that, right? A little Fear Festival for fun? Yeah, a little Fear Festival for fun never hurt anybody. You know, every single villager except for the cultists die. Every single person here who's for the festival dies, except for the friends that you recruit here. So, like, you know, maybe actually people did get hurt in the process of this. Completing a mystery gets 1 fund. Let's see, that's kind of interesting. I might have died for that, but you never know. But anyways, this guy who's trying out on Monday, he is, like, hardcore raider man, and he's basically already cleared the tier. He hasn't done phase 2 yet, which admittedly, phase 2 is a really big part of what you're trying to do here, okay? Like, phase 2 is a really big deal, but I'm not gonna say, like, oh yeah, this guy, you know, I'm gonna give him the respect that he's due, and he's really good at the game, and if he's got a good personality, or he doesn't rock the boat too much, and he likes us, and he wants to continue going with us, I think that, like, obviously the easy thing, right, is that one of them's a dickhead, and then the other one is, like, really nice and everybody likes them. But that's a fantasy world, you know? You don't live in that universe. So both of them are probably gonna be, like, a mixed bag that you have to take a chance on. And I'm gonna have to decide through limited information who... Owl meta moment. I want to, join the static. And here's the thing, if they both suck, like, I'm just gonna send them to Party Finder until I get back, man. I'm just gonna send them to Party Finder. Like, yeah, no, I'm just putting them into Party Finder. Which is bad for the long term, but I can't dedicate that much time and effort to it. When I'm gone, I'm gone. Alright, I'm off the fucking map. This will be like, you know, I don't normally take time off, quote unquote, from being a free company leader, but this is fucking it, man. This is it. Like, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Like, when you got stuff to do, you got stuff to do. And normally, I try to... And this is, like, the harsh reality, okay? A lot of people, if they're like, oh, if you're a new guild leader, don't make it hard on yourself, or don't do this, or, you know, prioritize your own life first. You know, a lot of people will say something like that, and especially people who are in your guild, and then you're talking about, like, some of the things that are kind of, like, not necessarily annoying, but, like, some of the negative effects of being a guild leader. They'll be like, oh, man, you hang in there, take a break if you need to, don't spend all your energy on this, you should do other things. But realistically speaking, if you're gonna be a guild leader for any guild that's, like, half decent, your life is ruined. It's true. It's true. And it's worth it. It's a very positive. It's been a great life experience. Absolutely fantastic. But you really do have to, you really do have to just kind of appreciate what you've got going on. Because, like, you do need to, like, put a lot of effort into it, right? Like, you can't be a lazy, like, guild leader and have your guild do well unless the guild is doing well to spite you, essentially. But if you want to have a guild, even like a mediocre, like success, like a moderately successful, mediocre, mid-sized guild like mine, oh, get me the fuck out of here. This is one of our first enemies, and we got drenched? Aw. Dear God. But, like, if you want to have a guild that is moderately successful, you are dedicating, like, your life to it, right? Like, you are dedicating a significant portion of your time, effort, and energy, which is probably one of the reasons why I've been... Second enemy magician glitched, really? Okay. We're gonna ball. We're being a ball player, mainly because of this right here. That's the reason why we're gonna be a ball player, but... Like, you gotta put a crap ton of effort into that stuff, man. You do. And the thing is, it's not always gonna be good. It's not always gonna be paying off. But here's the thing: you log on to Discord, you see that there's 6 people, 3 of them who are new and don't really know anybody in the free company yet, and 3 people who are already more established. You see 6 people in the voice chat, and you're like, you can get a genuine smile from that. You're like, that's something that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for me. Not necessarily in a specific sense, but like a butterfly effect, right? Like, the people in my guild most likely never would have talked to each other ever if it wasn't for the fact that they were in the guild. And admittedly, you know, we've had one guy who's done a lot of recruiting for the guild historically. But the thing is, I recruited him. So, I mean, boom, butterfly effect. Was that the quote from Until Dawn? Boom, butterfly effect? I don't remember. 6 damage for my entire turn. No thank you, sir. At a satisfactory price. Whoa. I don't think I can block or dodge, which would be the only thing that would actually work. He healed? What a jerkbag. What a dickhead. Not a very original statement. Talking about that guy, I'm sure. Isn't it great not to have to worry about the fact that we just lose the game if we get hit by an enemy like 3 times in combat? Because our faith stat would be in the goddamn dumpster. But yeah, no, like, it's incredibly rewarding, and there's nothing really like it. Just seeing, like, people in your guild do stuff without you is, like, it's a feeling that I can't describe, right? Like, it's an incredible feeling. Ooh, deduction, mystery 4? Don't mind if I do, don't mind if I do. You're breaking out the fancy stuff here, are you? But, yeah, no, I think, I definitely think... Also, that guy was definitely not the second enemy. But I also feel like maybe he was. But, anyways, like, Magician Glitch, specifically. I don't remember. I'm completely brain-rotted right now. So I'm not gonna get any of this shit right, so you better get ready for that, okay? You better get fucking ready for the fact that I'm completely and utterly brain-rotted right now. I am not in the capacity to do anything. Ah, shit. I was about to say, I'm not in the capacity to do anything, but I could play this game in my sleep because it's fucking easy and I have 800 hours in it. And then I fucking misclicked and forgot the friend's diary. And it's like, that's just, oh, that's great. That's beautiful. You'll love to see it. Fatal Flora. You dickhead. Not even worth fully opening. Not even worth fully opening the door. But yeah, no, it's a really good feeling. I don't regret becoming a guild leader at all. I think it's all pretty great. Oh, what if we what if I just refuse to take damage here by being by being cool and debased? Look at that. Admittedly, there might be an enemy. Ooh, clapping a bow? Oh, you love to see it. You might be a little whatchamacallit. If you become a guild leader, you're probably gonna be pretty exhausted. Because you have to work for that shit really hard, alright? Like, maybe I should do a video someday, like, the top 10 things I wish I knew when I started a free company. Number 1, run Stormblood dungeons unsynced. Any Stormblood dungeon that can give you unique loot, you should run it once, fill up your inventory with garbage, and then turn that garbage in for company seals so that you can rank up your free company. Technically, the rewards stop at rank 20, so after you get to rank 20, it's just all bonus. Like, you'll get to rank 30 eventually, but like rank 20 is where it stops unlocking features, and then rank 6 is the good feature. Rank 6 is clap and a bow. No. Rank 6 is you can buy a house, which is pretty important. Clap, bow. Clap. Bow. I'm not remembering any of that. You can go to hell if you think I'm gonna remember that, which is a very rude thing of me to say, but I'm not lucid enough to understand the consequences of my actions or words, or my deeds. I could be ashamed of them later. Oh, that's pretty good. That made me chuckle, but maybe that's just like the being tired effect, you know what I mean? But what was I gonna say? So that's the first thing. The second thing is, this is the biggest thing, okay? If you wanted Webweaver's sleepy, exhausted advice on how to run a Final Fantasy guild, your guild should have a purpose. Because when you first start your guild, right, recruiting people is the most pain in the ass, demoralizing thing possible, right? Like, here's the thing, I have no issues talking with strangers, especially if it's online, because there's that disconnect there, right? But I have no issue talking to strangers in real life. Like, if a stranger strikes up a conversation, if I'm interested in having that conversation, I'll be able to talk with them for like an hour plus without getting bored, right? They're usually the ones who have to excuse themselves from the conversation. There's not many people who can out-talk me. But, like, I have no problem. Surprise, you know, you'd never be able to guess that. But, like, there's not many people who I would be talking to and then be like, you know, they'd have to be, like, a dickhead or give off, like, a bad vibe or something. But, like, I can talk to strangers. I can talk with people that I don't really know. I'm not gonna remember your name. I'm horrible with names. I have to write your name down. Yeah, no, I'm very bad with names, but I can talk with strangers, and so I have no issue walking up to some random-ass person, in the real world or in Final Fantasy XIV, and, asking them if they want to sign my... Will you sign my petition? I'm not worried about that, right? But the thing is, like, if you try to recruit for a free company, you're going to be demoralized. You're going to want to uninstall the game because it's horrible. Like, 90% of the people that you talk to are not going to respond, and then the other 9% of the people are going to say no, and you're going to feel thankful for those no's. You're going to send them a follow-up tell saying thank you for your response, and you're going to genuinely mean that from the bottom of your fucking heart, because it's miserable. You'll ask, like, first of all, you'll do the rounds, right? You'll do the rounds doing the shout chats to try to get people to join. Nobody will. Sorry. Shit sucks. But you still do them anyways, because sometimes somebody does join, and that's pretty cool. And I'm... so you do them. You do the shout chat rounds that you yourself hate, and you yourself blacklist those people who do them, because you don't want to see them and they're annoying. And then, after that, after you get blacklisted by every hardcore or, like, regular player on your world or data center, you'll, like, occasionally get, like, one guy who is interested, and you're gonna feel so fucking happy. It's gonna be the highlight of your week. I don't know why I didn't just do this the other way, to be honest with you, but here we are. It's the same result. It doesn't really matter. So that's gonna be the highlight of your week. And then after you do the shout messages, this is the part where you decide how much of a gamer do you want to be, because you can either go up to people who do not have a free company, and here's the thing: there's multiple ways to approach this. Let me tell you the way not to do it. Do not, under any circumstance, send a blind free company invite, especially to a Sprout. Now, we'll talk about free trial and Sprouts in a second, but I remember, and this was so annoying, and it was one of the first experiences I had with the game. It was super annoying, is that I had just made my character. I was walking around. I didn't really understand how anything worked, because this was my first, like, traditional MMO game, and then I got this pop-up on my screen, which, so far, the pop-ups have been helpful tutorials. And so I look at it, and the tutorial is for a free company, and then it's explaining that it's this fucking guild, and I'm like, what the hell? Why is it giving me this guild pop-up right now? And I didn't get it. But then I saw that I had a notification, and normally the notifications have been important. I click it, and then this massive fucking thing pops up on my screen saying, will you sign the free company petition? And I've got no idea what the fuck that is. That shit's just confusing. I had to, like, stop what I was doing and Google that. Found out it was some dickhead who invited me to their free company. And then I just declined it. And then it happened again. And it happened again. It happened like 4 times. So that was annoying. And it also happens every single time I make a new fucking character that has some sort of tell that they're not on the free trial. Because for those of you who don't know, if you're on the free trial, you can't join a free company. And you can't send tells. You can receive them, but you can't send them. So it's very important for potential recruiters, and you'll be this degen if you want to be. We're running away from this guy, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit crazy, but we are running away from him. Like, it's just kind of a sketchy guy, you know? We do a little bit of this. Oh, if only we got that one investigation earlier. That would have been kino. And I'm not gonna make the same mistake as I did last time, being like, oh, the hospital or the village, that's such an underused area. I can just take the doom damage on that one. No. I'm gonna ball here. But basically, what you want to do is very simple, okay? And this is, some people are gonna look at you like you are a freak of nature, like you are the worst motherfucker they've ever met in their life, okay? But you need to remember that this is completely fucking normal, and it's called a basic human interaction, something that many people online don't like. But you can just strike up a conversation with somebody who's a sprout or doesn't have a free company, and you don't even have to be deceptive about it. You can just say, hey, I was wondering if you're looking for a free company. It doesn't have to be weird. Well, here's the thing. You're not making it weird by asking, okay? It's an MMO. It's a public game. People are walking around. They're playing a multiplayer game. You can just ask. Oh, this is great. This is fantastic. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. It was so close to greatness. Pocket knife can't glitch out of reality, unfortunately. But yeah, no, we'll take 2% Doom and then we'll beat his ass. I mean, hopefully we'll take 2% Doom. I can't guarantee that. But yeah, no, you can just strike up a conversation with a stranger and then directly ask if they want to join your free company. And that is how I got some of the best members in my free company. Is just, like, I saw some random guy walking around. I DM'd them, I told them, and then I just asked, hey, do you want to join my free company? And they were like, yeah, fuck it, why not? And then those people have been in the free company for like a year and a half. Now, admittedly, we did actually lose one of the OGs who I did find through that method, but it was for a good reason. He's getting married in real life, and he's joining his fiance's free company. So, I mean, that's completely understandable. You'd have to be a fucking demon in human skin not to feel like, oh, I'm so happy for you. But anyways, it's like, some of the most loyal motherfuckers are just people that I randomly accosted on the street. Like, hey, you. Yes, you. Stop. Join me. And then they're like, alright, yeah. Like I know that sounds like something out of a fucking fairy tale where you just meet somebody and they're like, alright, I will follow you on your quest. And unfortunately, this quest is one of capitalistic financial domination of the coral world. But, you know, it is what... And I'm the villain of the story. But, you know, it is what it is, right? Like, it sounds like something out of a fairy tale book. Like, you just, like, see somebody walking down the street and now you're like... A year and a half has passed, and you are, like, good pals who stay up till, like, 6 a.m. talking about stupid bullshit. But, like, that's just how it do. That's just how it be. Alright, we're gonna die, by the way. It's over. It's Jowarida. But, yeah, so, like, some of the best people... I'm not even checking out the lighthouse, I don't care. Some of the best, this one, some of the best lads and lasses were people that just got like accosted, like just randomly, like, hey, do you want to join? And then they said yes. Okay, so that's the first thing that you need to know. That's the first thing that you need to, uh-oh. We fought this dickhead twice, by the way. I just want to point that out. Because look, Magician Glitched was the correct answer, and then we just beat him to death right there. Oh wow, we actually managed to win that by remembering Magician Glitched. It's hard to forget the motherfucker. He jump scared us like a minute and a half ago. But, yeah, so... Oh, if only we were 10 seconds late. That would have been great. Just tell the story for 10 more seconds, and it would have been perfect. But, 12 more seconds? That would have gone even harder. 2552. But, anyways, to wrap it up, because I do need to get this episode uploading at some point, is that essentially, you're going, like, if you just, like, if somebody randomly joins your free company through, like, an ad, whether it be on Reddit or in-game, they're they're gonna, how do I put this? I'm slurring my words a little bit, but they don't really have that investment. But if you meet somebody and you make a connection with somebody and then they join you, that's somebody who's most likely going to stick around for a little bit longer. What I will say is, you have to just kind of be, like, you have to be a fortress, right? Like, you cannot be, you have to, here's how it has to be, alright? Or else you'll be, like, emotionally and mentally destroyed. You have to be a fortress. And you have to be a fortress that welcomes people who wish to fly under your banner. But you have to realize that any of those people could, like, just leave at any time with no explanation. And sometimes you're gonna get people who leave and it's really sweet and beautiful, and you're like, oh my god, I'm so happy for you guys. Or like, oh my god, that's such a good reason, and you're like happy and you're nostalgic for the good times that y'all had, but you like completely understand why they're moving on, right? But then there's gonna be people who you like, they just leave with no explanation. They're just there one day and then they're gone, and you never talk to them again. That's something that totally happens. That's something that's happened to me. We had there was an FC member I really liked. They just left, and I never heard from them again, and I've never seen them again either. You know, you're gonna have people who join, and then they're like, oh, I can't wait to get to know everybody. I can't wait to get to know everybody. And then, like, a day later, they're gone. You know, it's just, you have to be, like, willing to welcome people wholeheartedly, but then you have to have the sort of conviction and sort of like the grim realization, and you have to mentally be okay with this, is that you're the only one who can't leave, right? Because if you leave, it's over. It's done. Even if they keep the name, like even if the people who stay keep the name, it will never be the same. And it will be a different thing. So, like, you have to basically be, like, if you've ever watched Overlord, or read Overlord, I love Overlord. I'm a big Overlord fan. Excited to read the latest novel for the first time. There's a scene at the very beginning where Momonga, or whatever his name is, Momonga? The Ainz, right? His in-game name, because Ainz Ol Gaon was the name of the guild. You have to be willing to be Ainz, and I don't mean in the cool, has an unstoppable, unkillable army of max-level psychos who will destroy a kingdom, so that you can shill for dwarven-made rune-crafted weaponry, alright? Still can't believe the fucking anime skipped that shit. That movie can't get here fast enough. But anyways, you need, like, you need to be, and listen, if you think that's a spoiler, whew, that is a gross oversimplification. And it does not ruin the story at all in any way. But more importantly, you have to be willing to be Ainz in that situation. where you're like all of your friends are gone, right? Like the people that you know in the game have all left for one reason or another. Maybe they just unsubscribed. Maybe they got too busy in real life. Maybe they joined another guild. And you're the only one who can't leave. And you are the custodian of the history of your guild. And if you go, it's over. Right? So, like, it's a very, like, even with, like, a casual guild that I have that's focused on crafting and gathering, and, like, it has a static now, so it does hardcore raiding. Like, even all of that, like, the environment that you create, if you leave, that environment is gone, right? Like, that sort of, how do I put it? You have to be stable in the game, at least. And you need to, like, sort of provide that environment for people to get to know each other and meet each other and work towards common goals, towards my means and ends of making all the money TM. We love a good villain arc, true and real. This isn't a live stream, so I can say arc. But, kind of circling back to something I said earlier, you need to have a purpose for your guild. Because if you just invite people randomly, they don't have a reason to stay because they're not working on anything. The biggest mistake that I ever made as a guild leader was trying to, like, not make inconveniences for my FC members. This is gonna maybe sound a little bit, like, counterintuitive. If somebody joins your guild, work them to the fucking bone. Like, not so where they don't, like, enjoy the game anymore, but, like, if you have somebody join your guild, and your guild is, like, a crafting guild, and somebody joins and they have crafters leveled, and you have something that you need done that they can make, drag their ass over there and get them to make it. Like, give them something to do. Give them something to contribute against. If you're feeling... contribute towards, I should say. If you're feeling nice, you can give them a little money on the side to say, hey, thanks for helping out. But, like, you need to create an environment where your guild members can do things. And if you are trying to be like, oh, no, don't worry about it. I'll do everything because it's my responsibility. You're an idiot. Alright? Make hardship for your guild members. Right? Like, make them do things. Make them do things that are sometimes inconvenient. As long as they want to, right? Like, don't force anybody to do anything. But, like, if somebody's like, hey, do you need any help? And you're thinking to yourself, I'm just kind of doing some tedious bullshit right now. I could just do it alone. No. Get them in on that tedious bullshit, man. It's meant to be shared. And then, obviously, like, once they're done, thank them for their hard work and pat them on the back, send them on their way, and then give them a little bit of a break. You know, you might still be grinding, but they can come back later after they've done some other stuff. And if you're doing, like, a group project, divvy up. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Divvy up the work, right? Like, I'm talking about mostly from a crafting and gathering perspective, right? Like, if I need something gathered, I will gather it, and I have no problems with that. And there are nights where I'll just, like, gather, like, 5,000 of some random-ass ore because I want to. But, like, if you have FC members online, you can just tell them, like, hey, I know that your miner is high enough level to go get this bomb ash, so why don't you go get the bomb ash? And they're like, oh, yeah, sure. And that, like, genuinely, I'm not joking, giving people things to do, even if it's inconvenient, it's what the people want. It's a very counterintuitive lesson that I had to learn the hard way, because I lost several members because they just didn't have anything to do. Because they couldn't, like, I would do something that realistically should be done by, like, 5 people, and then they just wouldn't have anything to do, right? Like, they would be like, hey, do you need any help? And I'm like, oh, no, but if you need help, let me know. And they never needed any help. Because, like, if I'm not letting them help me out, they're not gonna let me help them out, if that makes sense. So you gotta give people stuff to do. You gotta give people stuff to do. And sometimes that stuff can be tedious bullshit. Sometimes that stuff can be annoying bullshit. But it works. It really does work. We've had free company members join, and then the hour they join, they're already, like, group crafting with us so that they can contribute to a submarine we're currently working on, right? Like, give people shit to do, make them feel like they're a part of the guild, make them feel like they're trusted. You're handing them like 500 fucking ingots to make into like nails or some shit. Like, give them a responsibility. You know, it really does work, and it really does foster like a sense of like people belonging, because they're like, oh, I just joined this guild, I'm a crafter, they're having me craft stuff for them, I'm helping out. And then, you know, maybe when the submarines come back, you toss them a little 200k for a job well done, you know, something like that. But yeah, no, I think ultimately, you have to put people to work in a very odd way. You know, I've had some of my free company members describe me, I assume lovingly, as their second boss or their virtual boss. But you know, it is what it is. Back to the coke mines, and not the drug. I mean, like the fuel, because coke fuel is very useful. I don't know if you've ever seen any of those how to make money as beginners guides, where it's like, spend all your grand company seals on coke so that you can sell it on the market board. What is it used for? I don't really know, but it always sells. There's a reason for it. Coke is a important component that you need way too much of for the infinite money printers. So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, no, stay safe out there. Have a good one. I might do like a proper, like what I want, like what I would have wanted to know when I was making a guild. Like the mistakes that I made, and the mistakes that I remember making and how I made them, and like the members that I lost along the way because of those mistakes. Which honestly, I'll be real with you, those videos are horrible. Not because I am the worst kind of person to watch a video like that. Because every time I watch, like, a beginner mistakes I made, so you don't have to, I make every single one of those beginner mistakes, and then I watch the video again, I'm like, oh, that's why. Like, that was me with airbrushing. I watched all of the airbrushing beginner guides in existence, and my airbrush clogged constantly, it was jammed, it was fucked, the airflow was bad, the nozzle was clogged with paint, I had to deep clean it, like, after every spraying session, every airbrushing session. And then I watched those videos again after making every single mistake in those videos, and I was like, it all makes sense now. And now I'm not a dumbass with airbrushing anymore. It works perfectly fine. With that being said, I do need to cut the video off here. Stay safe out there. Have a good one. Goodbye. I was basically just delaying. I've been waiting for my dishwasher to finish so I could go make food. And the dishwasher just finished now, so that's why the anecdote is ending. Goodbye. Stay safe out there.